Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So, we love this book on this channel. This is the Flags, Capitals and Countries of the World book, and it is by Wanderlust Press. I bought it on Amazon, but you can try and find it in a local book shop. And it says the complete handbook, and we've done lots and lots of videos using this book. So sometimes I've just gone through a couple of pages, sometimes I've looked at flags just with a certain colour, like red, for example. Today I'll do as many as I can, but we're just looking at the second flag on each page. So for example, we'll skip all these and just look at Albania, skip all of these and just look at Argentina. And I hope that you find this video really, really relaxing and also kind of informative, educational, fun. The reason I'm whispering, just in case you didn't know, is because this is an ASMR video to help you relax and fall asleep. So welcome if you've never come across such a video before. Should we get started? Okay, Albania. Capital city Tirana, area 28,748 kilometers squared, or 11,100 square miles. Population just 2.8 million. Highest point is Mount Korab, 2,764 meters. Official language is Albanian. Argentina, capital city Buenos Aires, area 2,780,000 kilometers squared, or 1 million square miles. Population 45.1 million at the point of this book being published. It probably is 45.2 now. Highest point Aconcagua, 6,962 meters above sea level. Official language is Spanish, but in brackets probably is de facto and not official. This doesn't need to be official, probably. Okay, Bahrain. It's quite a cool flag, I like that. Capital city Manama, area just teeny weeny tiny. 778 kilometers squared, or 300 square miles. It's a little island off the coast of Saudi Arabia. Population 1.7 million. Most of them are not born in Bahrain, they're there for work. Highest point, Mountain of Smoke, 134 meters. That's tiny, it's not a mountain, it's a hill. Official language is Arabic. Next is Benin, in Africa. Capital city Porto Novo, area 114,000 square kilometers, or 44,000 square miles. Population 12.1 million. Highest point, Mount Sokbaro, not very tall, 658 meters. Official languages are French. Well, the official language is French. Next, cool flag, Brunei, or Brunei Darussalam, I believe is the full term. Capital city Bandar Seri Begawan. I did not know that actually. Area 5,765 kilometers squared, or 2,000 square miles. Population just 437,000. Highest point Bukit Bagon, 1,850 meters. Official language Malay. And then one huge country, going from a small country to a very large country in the form of Canada. The maple leaf there in the flag. Capital city Ottawa. Area 9,900,000 square kilometers, or 3.8 million square miles. Population 37.7 million. Highest point Mount Logan, 5,959 meters. Official languages both English and French. Many other languages are spoken though. Okay. Okay, my favorite Spanish accent, I have a couple of Colombian friends, is Colombian. Capital city Bogota. Area 7.6 million kilometers squared, or 2.9 million square miles. Population 50.8 million. Highest point is Pico Cristobal Colón, 5,700 meters, so it's named after Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colón. Official language is Spanish. English, really? It's not official language of Colombia, surely. Somebody check that and let me know in the comment section. Seems strange. Okay, next up, Cuba. Cuba. Capital city, Havana. Area 109,000 square kilometers, or 42,000 square miles. Population 11.3 million. Highest point Pico Turquino, 1,974 meters. Official languages Spanish. Staying in the vicinity, next we have Dominican Republic, or La República Dominicana. Capital city Santo Domingo, and area 48,000 kilometers squared, 18,000 square miles. Population, however, 10.8 million in a small place. That's quite interesting. The highest point is Pico Duarte, 3,098 meters. I suppose it has been a volcanic island, so it's quite tall. Peak there. Official language is Spanish. And next up is Eritrea. Capital city Asmara. Area 117,000 kilometers squared, or 45,000 square miles. Population 3.5 million. The highest point is Embesoira at 3,018 meters. That's very high. Official languages 16 languages in total. A country you've probably heard of, maybe visited, is France. Capital city Paris, or Paris. Area 640,000 square kilometers, or kilometers squared, 247,000 square miles. Population 65.2 million. Its highest point is a impressive 4,810 meters, and that is for Mont Blanc. And official language is French, of course. It's the funny thing about France, there are other languages spoken there, but they are not official, such as Breton and Provençal. The only French is in the Republic is the official language. Next up, historic country, Greece. Capital city Athens, Athena. Area 131,000 kilometers squared, or 50,000 square miles. Population 10.4 million. The very famous highest point has to be Mount Olympus, 2,990 meters. And official language is Greek, of course. So we already had the Dominican Republic from the island of Hispaniola in the Caribbean. Let's have the other half, Haiti. Capital city Port-au-Prince. Area 27,000 kilometers squared, or 10,000 square miles. Population 11.4 million. Highest point Pic La Selle, 2,680 meters. Official language is French and Haitian Creole, which is a form of French. So the capital city is Tehran. The area is 1.6 million kilometers squared, or 636,000 square miles. Population a whopping 83.9 million. And Mount Tavamand, as standing at 5,610 meters, is its highest point. Official language is Persian. Although I think other languages are spoken, such as Azeri, for example, if I'm correct. Back to the Caribbean, we're going to Jamaica. Very cool flag, I love this one. Capital city is Kingston. Area just 10,000 kilometers squared, or 4,244 square miles. Population 2.9 million. Highest point is Blue Mountain Peak, 2,256 meters. And the official language is English. To be honest, I think Jamaican English is my favorite accent of English. It's so beautiful. Even as a native speaker, though, I can't always understand what is being said. I've seen it written that actually it's almost so different that it's not a dialect, it's almost a language of its own. Okay, next up is North Korea. Capital city Pyongyang. Area 120,000 kilometers squared, or 46,000 square miles. Population 25.7 million. Highest point is Paektusan, 2,744 meters. San means mountain, so it's the Paektu mountain. And the official language is Korean, of course, the same as South Korea. And you can see Paektusan is Hallasan in South Korea. Slightly smaller, actually, 1,950 meters. Population much larger, 51.2. And smaller in size, 100,000 kilometers squared compared to 120,000. The green is slightly different between the two. Yeah, but very understandable. Okay, next up is Lebanon. Capital city Beirut. Once a very, very beautiful city. Area 10,000 kilometers squared, or 4,000 square miles. Population 6.8 million. Highest point Qurnat as-Sauda, 3,088 meters. And official language Arabic. Next up is Luxembourg. Capital city is Luxembourg City. Area is just 2,000 kilometers squared, 2,586 to be precise, or 999 square miles. Population just 626,000. Another country where most of the people who live there were not born there. Highest point, as the lowlands in Belgium, Netherlands and Luxembourg, so 560 meters. Official languages, however, French, German and Luxembourgish. Next up, here is very beautiful Malta. Capital city Valletta. Area just 316 kilometers squared, or 122 square miles. Teeny tiny. Population 442,000. Highest point is Tad Mezrek at 253 meters, and the official languages are English and Maltese. Maltese is a Semitic language like Arabic, and some people believe it came from the north of Africa over to Malta, and I think it's the only official language of the European Union which is Semitic. And yeah, absolutely. Or should I say Malta is the only member of the EU with a Semitic language as its official language. Also, I believe quite a lot of people understand Italian very, very well. Maltese is like Arabic with lots of Italian in it, and English. Next up, Moldova. Capital city is Chisinau. So Moldovans speak Romanian. Sometimes it is called Moldovan. And just like in Italian, if you have a CH, unlike English and Spanish, that does not make a ch sound, that makes a k sound, because the C with an I immediately after it is the ch. So that is a Chisinau. And also this would be a little cedilla after the S to make it a sh sound, so Chisinau. Area 33,000 square kilometers, 13,000 square miles. Population 4 million. Highest point is Balanesti Hill at 430 meters. It's quite a small one. And official language is Romanian. Next up is Myanmar. Capital city is Naypyidaw. Area 676,000 kilometers squared, or 261,000 square miles. Its population is quite large, 54.4 million, and its highest point, also quite high, Hkakabo-Razi, 5,881 meters. Burmese is the official language. This used to be called Burma, so that's why it's Burmese. Next up is Nicaragua in Central America, not far from Mexico. Its capital city is Managua, area 130,000 square kilometers, that's 50,000 square miles. Population 6.6 million. Highest point is Mogoton, 2,107 meters. And Spanish is the official language. I love the flag, it's got this pyramid in the middle, it's very cool. Speaking of big countries, the next up is Pakistan. Capital city is Islamabad. Is it still Islamabad? Did it change? No, I think that's the new one. Area 800,000 square kilometers. I thought it's slightly bigger. 340,000 square miles. Population 220.8 million. That is enormous. Highest point is K2, which is 8,611 meters. So K2 is that the second peak in the Himalayas? Where? So I suppose that's China's one. Mount Everest is 8,848, and this is 8,611. Official language is English and Urdu. Next up is Peru. Capital city is Lima. And it suffers on a world map from being in the southern hemisphere, and all countries in the southern hemisphere look smaller than they are. So Peru is actually bigger than Pakistan. If you look at them on a map, Peru looks much, much smaller. 1.2 million kilometers squared, 496,000 square miles. Population of 32.9 million, and the highest point is Huascaran at 6,768 meters. Its official language is Spanish. Spanish is winning on the official languages for today, isn't it? And we've had K2, so we've had the highest peak I think we're going to get. Talking about big countries, the next one is Russia. Russia, capital city Moscow, area 17 million kilometers squared, or 6.6 million square miles. Population 145.9 million, and the highest point is Mount Elbrus, 5,642 meters. Its official language, although there are many, many, many languages spoken in Russia, is Russian. And I'm giggling because I've just noticed we're going to go from the biggest country on earth to possibly one of the smallest. Definitely the smallest today, surely. Because we're not going to get Vatican City, are we? Maybe we will. Next we're going to look at, in complete contrast to Russia, San Marino. Capital city of San Marino is San Marino because it's just a city. Area 61 kilometers squared, or 24 square miles. Population 34,000, that's it. Highest point Monte Titano, 755 meters. It's basically on the side of the mountain, and Italian is the official language. I think there are a very, very high number of millionaires living in San Marino. That's the fun fact for that country. And also, if you like the football channel that I do, San Marino just won their first ever official match in a competitive match, not a friendly. And it's taken them like, is it 20 or 30 years? I'm not sure. They're the worst side in the world, officially. Okay, Sierra Leone, capital city Freetown. This is an African country. Area 71,000 kilometers squared, or 27,000 square miles. Population 7.9 million. Highest point is Mount Bintumani, 1,948 meters. And English is its official language. This next one's interesting. Okay, so now we're going to look at the very interesting South Africa, which has 3 capital cities. I think the only one in the world. Other countries have got 2, or like sort of one is the official and the second one is like Netherlands have a situation where The Hague has some of the things a capital city should have, but Amsterdam is the capital. And I think, is it Ecuador has 2 potential capitals because it's the tallest. Is the capital so high up that not everyone can get there? It's very difficult to get up there, so they have a sort of lower land capital. Anyway, correct me in the comments. South Africa capital cities: Bloemfontein, Cape Town and Pretoria. Area whopping 1.2 million kilometers squared, or 471,000 square miles. Population 59.3 million. Highest point is Mafadi, 3,450 meters. Official language is English and 11 others, including one called Rosa, which you have to do a click to say. Spelt X-H-O-S-A. And X-H is a click, so it's like Rosa. But I'm saying it wrong. Sweden is next. Lovely, lovely Sweden. One of my favourite countries in the world. Capital city Stockholm. Area 450,000 square kilometers, or 173 square miles. Population 10 million. Highest point is Kebnekaise, 2,097 meters. And official languages is Swedish. Sverige. Oh, sorry. Sverige. Svenska. Okay. Togo is next. Actually, fun fact about Sweden first. Someone posted something on YouTube recently, like it was one of the community tab things. I think it was always on Instagram. And they said that from somewhere like in Malmö in the south, up to a city or a town in the north is a longer distance than it is from Malmö to Rome, I think it was. So yeah, it's a very long country. Okay, Togo, capital city Lomé. I couldn't decide if that was an R-N or an M. Lomé. Area 56,000 kilometers squared, 21,000 square miles. Population 8.2 million. Highest point Mont Ago, 986 meters, and official language is French. Ooh. Does this beat San Marino? 61. Yes, it does. Tuvalu is the smallest that we've had today, I believe. Okay, Tuvalu. Capital city Funafuti. Area 26 kilometers squared, or 210 square miles. Population 12,000. Unnamed. Highest point at 5 meters. That's really small. Official languages are English and Tuvaluan. And we just missed out on the United States. We're going to go to Uruguay. Uruguay instead. Capital is Montevideo. And Montevideo means something like the view of the mountain, doesn't it, in Latin? I see the mountain or something. Area 176,000 kilometers squared, 68,000 square miles. Population 3.4 million. Highest point Cerro or Cerro Catedral, 514 meters. Spanish is the official language. And the last one, we're going to look at Yemen. So capital city is Sana'a. Area is 527,000 kilometers squared, or 203,000 square miles. Population 29.8 million. Highest point is Jabal an-Nabi Shuaib, which is 3,666 meters. Jabal means mountain in Arabic, which is the official language. And that's that for today. I really hope you found this video fun, relaxing, informative, educational, and thank you to all of the people who comment on the videos. I really love engaging with you, so thank you for your messages. If you did enjoy the video, please click like if you feel like it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for lots more videos like this. I'll leave another one on screen in a second for you to click on if you're still not asleep yet, and I really hope that you are asleep already, and I'm talking to myself. And if you love what I do, then why don't you check out the box below and look at my Patreon. Welcome to all my new patrons over the last month, and a big hello to all of mine who have been with me for some time, and you really help support the channel, so thank you so much. And